Today on Vintage Story, I say the word cobblestone.
Cobblestone, 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 cobblestone.
I play Tetris with a hammer. And teach you how the forge works.
Okay, so this is on once it's on. It just stays on.
Welcome back, survival fans, to SynergyGamingTV. I am your host, Synergy, and we're back playing Vintage Story once again, episode 4. Now, in this episode specifically, we're going to be focused on smithing and getting things organized. You can see here that I've got things laid out, kind of ready to go. Actually, one of the things I want to do before we get rocking and rolling is we need to build a roof. So we have had almost 6 hours of rain, like real hours. We're on, I don't even know what day we're on, but we're super far, and it's like day number I don't even know. It's been a lot of days. There's been a lot of trying to like filter out what's good, and oh, what was that? It sounded like a snake. Holy crap. Okay, so we're just gonna put a little roof over here. I've had so many issues with rain and other things going down here. We're gonna put a roof on this bad boy. I think we're just gonna, I'm using tree logs for now just cause we're gonna take them down probably later. 2, 3, and it's gonna be here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's just for basically shits and giggles for the most part. Got the wood there, and then we're gonna use a straw roof, like old school, like a palapa kind of dealio is basically what we're gonna work with here. That's not where I want it. We should probably like jump up somewhere higher. 2, 3, make it like a little palapa. So as you can see, there's been a lot of stuff done off of camera just to try and get the videos a little bit more ready. We're gonna start making sure that the content is a lot more structured and organized for you guys, so it comes out a little bit better. Just give me a short amount of time here. We're gonna get this roof finished, and then we're gonna get into smithing. Okay, we got the roof done. We can now pull down this dirt little fire protector. Get rid of that. And now we've got access to the fire. It's not gonna get put out with the rain. Hopefully that doesn't light on fire, because hay right above a fire would be pretty bad. That sounded like it just lit up. Holy crap, that scared me. Smithing is pretty wicked, where you smelt, basically you put ores in this little crucible and you heat it all up, and then you pour it into these molds and you get some stuff. Now before we get into that, we made a couple of those, like we said, in preparation. One of the ones that we did forget to make is the anvil, and that is a huge part to smithing. So we're gonna make the anvil mold. I think we'll just make it right over here. Let's make it right here. And we're gonna make the anvil mold. Now this is gonna take a long time, so we're gonna go through this all super quick, speedy, but I do want you guys to see how the more intricate things are made. So check it out. And there we have it. That's it. I can't believe how long that took. That's so cool that you have to make the molds. And then we do. There it goes. And we fire it. Okay. And then after this, we get into actual melting of the copper. And I believe we have a bunch here. So I'm not sure if we have enough to fill the entire anvil or not. So why don't we just go out while this is firing up? Let's go out and look for some more. No, I better not, because then I'll burn up all the peat. Let's just wait for this, and then we'll go make sure we have enough copper to do this. Almost finished. Almost finished. I probably have pretty close to enough. Yeah, that might be pretty good, but we'll go out and grab some copper anyway, just so you guys see how grabbing the copper works, and then we'll go from there. There it is, all smoked, ready to go. Let's place it down. And this place can only be placed while sneaking. There we go. kill this grass. Okay, guys, we're gonna go find some copper, and then we'll mine that up and come back here, and then we'll get into the actual smelting of the ores. We're gonna make the hammer, we're gonna make the axe, the pickaxe, and the anvil. All right, guys, so I went running around and I found this cave, and I found some copper. So I just wanted to show you guys really quick while we're trying to harvest some more stuff. Basically, it's working just like that other 3D game that has some mining in it. You just whack, 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 whack. And then what we have to do is when we get back, we have to smith up the hammer so that we can break these apart and get the actual copper out of them. And then we're going to be good. Alrighty. And there are a few more in there. You can hear a couple of those dudes moaning and groaning down there. And that's it. Just a super small copper node. What did it get us? Got us, we found some resin too on the way out here. 20 units of copper per one of these, I believe. So, not too bad. Not too bad. We'll see if we can find any more. All right, so we're back after mining all that stuff. It is a brand new day, and we're gonna start smelting all this stuff up. So we're gonna grab this, and we're gonna put it in here. Now we got the fire up to 900, but you need to be, I think it's 1100 in order to smelt. So we're gonna grab this, and we need to make the hammer first so that we can bash out all of these larger chunks to get the actual copper out of them. So we will right click to open, and then I think we only need 100 units. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll tell us what 100 units is. Should be that amount right there. There's 100 units. So that's gonna smelt. No, and then we need to put in the, what it is here, charcoal. So charcoal, this is what gets it, the fire a little bit hotter. Oh, we didn't catch it in time. So we're gonna burn one more peat while the temperature comes up. That's okay, because we need to get it to 900 anyway. And this, how much does this take? 900 units of metal. Holy moly. So we definitely need the hammer first so we can bash out all of these, because I don't have nearly enough of these tiny little things. You can see them starting to get red. How cool is that? They're starting to heat up. So it says smelting temperature 1084 degrees Celsius. That is so awesome. So we're smelting, starting to turn goldish color. We're gonna get liquid ooze here pretty quick. Get our 100 units, and then we'll make our hammer. And the arrow starts going. So I don't know if it does it all at once or if it just does like one count. There it is. We've got 100 units. Does it? It still is not gonna tell us. 100 units of copper. All right, so we'll make room in our inventory here really quickly. We'll move this peat out. And we can move the flint out and the rest of the clay. All right, we'll pick this up. Ooh, ah, bare hands. Ooh, that's hot. Hot, 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 hot. How do I pour it? How do I pour it? Do I just right click? Duck down, control click. All right. And fill up the mold. There we go, 100 units of copper. It's telling us the temperature. It's at 1110 degrees Celsius up there at the top. And it's gonna start cooling off. So we can't pick it up until it's cool off. Then we can make the hammer, and then we can bash out all the rest of the copper out of these little chunks that we got here. And we can get the rest of it to get the 900 units we need for this bad boy. We've got enough to do the axe. Oh no, but I don't want to be short. I don't want to be short. Because if we're short, that would totally suck. All right, so we were just out and about running around while the hammer was cooling. Now we're ready to build it into a hammer. So we've got the hammer head. There we go, and a stick makes a hammer. Hammer in, hammer in, hammer in, hammer in. But what we really need to do is grab these copper chunks. And you set it down, and you put the hammer on top of it, I believe. And then it turns it into the copper. So that just made 128, 168 copper. That's huge. Bunch more copper pieces. There we go. So we just hammered everything down. We've got a ton of copper ready to rock. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to smelt it. I've pulled out the coal. We're gonna put in some of the brown coal that we found from experimenting. That should hopefully, after this stick burns, it'll get our temperatures up. Crucible is ready to be fired, and we can put in. Is it gonna tell me how many units that makes? We'll create 640 units. All right. How much do we need? 960 units. 800 units. We need 900 units. 900 units. Now, we can make another 100 and do an axe while we're at it. What's another? Be another 20, right? Another 20, and there we go. So we'll make 1,000 units of smelted copper, and we'll put the rest of the copper bits away in the copper chest. And we wait. Due to the magic of editing, this is going to be done super quick. All right, and here we have it, 1,000 units totally smelted, ready to go, and we're gonna pour it in to the anvil mold. Here we go. Control, pour. Oh, look at that. It even fills up like I thought it would have just went like totally full. There we go. So 1100 degrees Celsius. It is cooling off. Let's do our axe mold. There we go, looking good. While we're sitting here and we're waiting for these to cool, we're actually going to smelt a little bit more, just so that I have another. We're going to do another pickaxe head, probably maybe 2 pickaxe heads. I just kind of want them ready too. We're using the brown coal. It only gets up to 1100. The black coal, the stuff that we made in the pit, gets up to 1300. We'll let this cool off. 973 degrees and 938 degrees. These should start smelting like right now. Yeah, so the speed of the arrow is based on how many nuggets you have. All right, it's finished. I also realized that I can't make two pickaxes if I only have 1 mold. So it's gonna look like we're gonna do this plus a hammer. We're gonna have to. There we go, and we can set this down. And actually, we'll put it away back in our molds thing. And 700 degrees. So we have to wait for these to cool down before we can do anything with them. I believe it's below 200 degrees Celsius. And then we get to pull them out of the molds and make it happen. Yes. I'm actually really excited. I'm really surprised how much copper those nuggets turn into. Like, that's a lot. 2 stacks of 128 basically is a ton. When 20 units gives you 100, so 20 units makes one of these, right? Or 20 nuggets makes 100 units of copper. So that's quite a lot more tools we have access to, considering. If you guys look at the map, we've got a new area. We might move. We might be moving into this field area over here. And there's also a cool, where else did I marked it? Up here. There's a really cool like gully kind of thing, like a ravine almost, that you can, it's flat, but it's got high cliffs around the outside of it with a little like way to walk in. It's actually really secluded, really nice. I was thinking about that as well. It's kind of got like this hidden lake. You walk through here and there's like this little hidden lake around some really high cliffs. But I also thought about going to this giant field here, building a house kind of here-ish next to this lake, and then you could have like a blacksmithing thing here. But then there's a ton of area for farming, and I did look at some stuff. There's some animal husbandry where we can like train and grow animals, and not really grow animals, but you raise animals. Growing animals, that's funny. So, but you can raise animals, so we could make like all sorts of stuff, but you need flat area to do that. As much as I like living in kind of like on a lake with, you know, surrounded by trees and stuff like that, it's gonna make more sense, more flatter area. That's probably what we're gonna look into, guys. We're just gonna see how much longer. We gotta wait quite a while for these to cool down, so we'll come back when they're cool and we'll go from there. All right, so we're able to take the anvil out of its mold now. There we go. It's 200 degrees Celsius, and we just pick it up like it's nothing. We can set this down maybe like here. There we go. So now we have a copper anvil. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. We can take this mold and put it in our mold basket. But there we go. So we've got a copper anvil now. I believe that this is cooled down enough as well. The axe head. So we can put that here along with our stick. There we go. And these are not quite there yet. 400 degrees. Still pretty toasty. So, before we can go ahead and use this, we have to build ourselves a... It's like a forge, isn't it? It's a... Yeah, a forge. So we need cobblestone, 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 cobblestone. Okay, lucky for me, I know where some of that is. We should take this out because we're not smelting anymore and put in some sticks. Keep the fire going just to keep it sort of kind of warm. We're going to rip over here. And we're actually just going to take the stones from one of those little fortress bases thingies. Rather than crafting the actual stones. It takes a ton to craft them. Granite cobblestone. Here we go. So this should, yeah, break it off for us. How much do we need? The big thing is I just want to save it. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need that. I could have. Gonna have to open up the window. There we go. 8. Copper's back at base. Not copper. The clay is back at base. Man, that rain's really loud. It has literally constantly been raining in this game. Absolutely constantly. Has not stopped. There we go. Forge. Okay, lucky a forge is nice and easy to make. And we can put that down here. So, the forge. We've got some of the brown coal. I believe we can just place in here. And, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think we need 5 pieces. Can I take some? Looks like once it's placed in there, you can't take it. That's really disappointing. Okay, so now we're at the point where we need to smelt some ingots. Okay, so ingots, these will get placed down here. 1, 2, side by side. I can't believe I forgot to do this. I should have done that with the last little bit of copper that we fired up. But we grab a little bit of this. And how much? I don't even know how much these take. I think it's still 100 each. Pretty sure it's 100 each. Our fire went out. Awesome. Our fire's back. Put our crucible in there. And we need 100 each, right? Perfect. So now we need to smelt an ingot. And then we take the ingot onto here. And we actually bash it with a hammer. And mold it into the saw blade. So that's what we're going to do as soon as this heats up. Got the sticks in there to get a little bit of warmth going. We only got 1 brown coal left. So we take the ingots. You have to heat them up on the forge. Get them red hot, just like a blacksmith. And then onto the anvil. And then you bash them. Get all melty. So we'll just come back when these are done smelting. Okay, we're back and it's done. We will place it into the molds. Pouring. There we go. Now, so we let these cool, and then once they're cool, we take them and we place them onto the forge to heat them up again. And then we bash them on the anvil. Now, I think we're done with all of the smelting we currently need to do right now. So like I said, we're going to get the saw blade today. That's our game plan. Get the saw blade, and then we're going to maybe take a look at the 2 places we could build a house. Because I like this idea. I think this is a great place for a cabin. But the game is much larger than I was thinking. Right, so we'd have to like clear out this whole area, put a farm here, and then, you know, we'd have to clear out an area up here to have a blacksmith, and it just, I mean, it could be cool, but I think it'd be nicer to just kind of have like a bigger, flatter area to work with. We'll see. We might not move at all. It depends on how situated I get here. I mean, we could do that, right? We could just level this little bit of terrain off. Easy spot for a little garden there and some bushes. And then we could keep this terrain up here, but level off a little, terraform. Right, we could chop off a little bit out here and kind of like level it up, and this could be like a blacksmithing outpost here, not outpost, but you know, blacksmithing hut kind of thing, similar to this palapa but made nicer. Kind of over here to do smithing stuff. I mean, there's possibilities. We don't really have a spot for a pen though. If we wanted to, I mean, we could fill in some of this water, I guess, and then put some corrals over here for animals. I mean, there's room to do it here. I just thought it would be nicer to do it in a bigger, flatter space. And we can cook the bush meat too, I guess. We're not really doing anything with that. Put it in there while we wait. What are we at? 400 degrees. They're cooling off a lot quicker now. Beautiful game, considering it's all like blocks. Really, really well done. I like the textures. I like all that. This game is so much fun. I love meat. These should be almost cool enough for us to use any second now. I got meat in my mouth. And they're cooled down. So we'll pick up the ingots, which is awesome. And now we can place them on here. Now this is really cool. we heat them up again, and we light it. Now they get super hot. All right, you'll start to see these things like super glow. It shows the temperature there at the top. I don't know how hot it has to get for us to actually do something with it. I really would like to find some flax so we can make some flax bags, but I haven't found any yet. We found other stuff while we were out and about. We've got turnip seeds, carrot seeds, onion seeds, and rye seeds, but to no avail. We have yet to find any flax. There we go. Okay, so they're red, which means that these are malleable. However, I believe we can get them hotter still. Yeah, you see them getting hotter? They're getting more red. Red is good. Oh, then they're super bright. Okay, that's as hot as they can get. So now we place it down here, and now we pick the mold. So we want the saw blade. Okay, there. That's the direction I want it. That's the direction we want it. Right there. Okay, so now we have to hit right. See how it moves it? Oh, this is so cool. Okay, and now we want to go left with it. And we put it in that little hole there, right? See? Left. And then we do another left. And then we move it into the hole. So it's like real smithing almost. It's so awesome. Okay, and it will start to cool off. Okay, now we need to move some hit to the right. There we go. More to the right. So, and you have to do it before everything cools off. There. And then to the right. We have lots of time. We got it super, super hot. That also makes me wonder, can we turn this off? No, I don't think there's an off. There is no off. It just burns everything we put in there. It burns it. That's sad. That's such a big waste. Okay, now we need to do more to the right. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just do this. Oh. There we go. And now we just need to F and split. Right? So all the pieces we don't need. There we go. We've got a saw blade, and I just pick it up with my with my hands. Now, how do I make a saw blade? Isn't it with like, I think it's this way with a stick. Oh, I need a stick. We don't need that in there anymore. We can put the ingot. We're gonna put this super hot ingot into this reed basket without it lighting on fire. Okay, so this is on once it's on. It just stays on. So don't put more coal or charcoal in there than you need. Yeah, it's still super hot. And I believe it's just a stick like this to make a saw. Can I not make it because it's hot? Let's look real fast. Saw. Copper saw is... Oh, it's above each other. I would have never guessed that. Like that. We got a saw. Woo! We did it, guys. We made a saw. We made a saw. We got it. We can now start making planks to build a house. That's the blacksmithing for you. I think that the anvil thing is super awesome. How you just bash stuff out. Then it's just your basic rundown of how smithing works. We're gonna take a picture. You just place, you know, heat your stuff up. I just love that you put it on an anvil and actually hit it and like mold it and shape it. So remember, guys, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. Helps get this video out to the people who want to see it. And remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get your daily dose of survival videos. Thank you again so much for watching Synergy Gaming TV. I am your host, Synergy, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.